The Owl House is an amazing show. I started watching it almost a year ago, back in August of 2021, so over 2 years ago actually, since I started watching it during the break in Season 2B, and it's just so great. And in this video, I'll be talking about the ending of Season 3 and the ending of the show altogether. First things first, the end of Belos. Belos, or Emperor Belos, as he's known, or Philip Wintermane, whatever you want to call him, was an enticing villain. He was just perfect for living for Owl House, complete opposite of Luz. Luz was just so caring to all her friends, and as the king's father said in the newest episode, which we'll be getting later, he just wants to be the hero in his own deluded vision. He was ruthless, literally, until he tried doing that to survive and be the hero until his last breath was taken. It's just so crazy to think about. Now, I also started watching Amphibia about the same time as I watched Owl House, and when Amphibia ended, I was like, well, this better be good, and it was, but made me think, what would happen when the Owl House ended? I wasn't disappointed with King Ida and Luz reuniting, to just the Collector getting a full turnaround, and the ending was just so pure. Now, comment if you guys liked Owl House, which I know I do, but it wasn't my favorite show, not by a long shot. It's actually second place, but I'm a bit late to talk about the other two shows that I like, so Owl House it is. Now, I just love the dad's design, in Watching and Dreaming. It's just so cool. He just looks like the old dad who just cares so much about his child, which he does. Luz's adventure, like when she first gets her Titan form and fights Bella, she says, I don't remember if it was something like "See you later, sucker" or something like that, which is one of the first things she says in episode 1 of the Owl House. So it comes full circle. It's just so inspiring, this show. Honestly, if you guys know me, you'll know that I am pretty weird. Since autism and stuff, I act differently than others. In the first episode and sort of series where the theme of us weirdos have to stick together, I just felt that so bad. And when Luz died, and yes, she died, if you didn't know, I told you spoilers. When she died by the fungus, the coral, whatever Belos's goo was, it was just so emotional to me, since been watching the show for 2 years. And that is 2 years, well, not 2 years too late, that's not the right word, but you get it. The show's so good. Now, if you noticed that sorry guys, I trail off a bit. Now, there's so many hidden details which I can't get in since I just don't notice. But at the beginning of the episode, where, in Luz's nightmare, where she sees that Amity and everything is against her, she notices when Amity says, "I challenge you to a witch's battle," she's like, "That's not right." Just so good. And if you guys haven't watched Owl House, please go and watch it. It's one of the best shows out there. Now, I don't usually make videos on cartoons I watch, since I don't really know what to say. As you can probably see, I start rambling on a bit. I have some stuff I do want to say, but I'm not going off script. So. Now, we see that at the beginning when King Ida and Luz are in the Collector's games, they keep defeating the Collector using teamwork, and the Collector just, after a bit, just stops, goes and cries in defeat. It's just so sad. And then Luz tries doing it, Ida tries to stop her, but King's like, hey, if anyone can get to them, or him, or her, I don't know. I've seen a lot of pronouns, I'm not going to try to misgender, but he said if the only one that can get to them is Luz. Now, Luz shows the Collector around the Boiling Isles in their adventures, and saying when the Collector is just like, get it, since he's immortal, yes, but he hasn't learned the same lessons that, like, me, you, Luz, other people have. And it's just, he doesn't get what death and stuff means to us, which you saw in it. And Luz teaches them that sometimes all you need is kindness and forgiveness. And when Belos takes over the Titan, the Collector tries to go help, and as soon as he turns his back after doing that, Belos tries to strike, but Luz saves the Collector. And Luz looks at her arm, noticing that she got hit, and she starts getting enveloped. And it's so noticed that she so fast was willing to accept that she failed. It's like she knew that this was an option. And then that's when we meet King's dad, who saves her from falling into the water. And then they have a nice heartfelt talk just about life. about how like you should love. Just I don't remember exactly since I watched it a couple days ago and been watching a bunch of videos, but it's just so nice how lovable King's father is. He only got a couple minutes of screen time, but just amazing. And then when Luz comes back in her Titan form, it's just so good and like just so. Dude, like I just can't explain it. Just so amazing. The design is awesome. She's still her quirky self, and well, it's just inspiring to know that all this stuff. Now we go back to the archives, which is basically the crown on top of Titan's skull in this episode, where the gang is being held up, and the collector goes to hold it together once Bellows is trying to lift up. And then after the whole fight, after Bellows is defeated, fast forward. Luz is going to college in the demon realm. Suck that, baby. I know you want to see your frog friends again, but hey, do what you do. But anyway, her quinceañera, I don't know what that means, since I'm not really well on the culture. But what I've heard is I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be on the 15th, but she used her 15th, 16th, and 17th, rebuilding the Boiling Isles, and everyone's there except Dahlia. She doesn't deserve to be in the credits. Honestly, I'm hoping that like in the they make a new series where another human from the human realm goes to the new Hexide and stuff and meets Luz. We see the characters, but they're not main. Like they'd be like the teachers or maybe like Rain, that kind of stuff. And if you like me just randomly talking about the final episode of Dollhouse, now it's the perfect end. Please like and subscribe.